Hey, welcome to my book library. A very warm and sincere welcome to you, dedicated seeker of wisdom, to my book library. Today, we are embarking on a profound and life-changing exploration of one of the most pivotal personal development works ever penned. We will be immersing ourselves in the timeless wisdom of Stephen R. Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This book is far more than a simple checklist for productivity. It is a holistic, integrated framework for living a life of principle, purpose, and powerful effectiveness. First published in 1989, its lessons have only grown more relevant in our complex, fast-paced world. Covey presents not a quick fix, but a character ethic, a call to align our lives with universal and timeless principles such as integrity, justice, honesty, and human dignity. Our journey today will be comprehensive. We will not only define each of the 7 habits, but will delve into the profound paradigm shifts they require. We will explore the foundational concepts of the personality ethic versus the character ethic, the circle of influence, the time management matrix, the emotional bank account, and the progressive path from dependence to independence to interdependence. This is a deep dive into a complete philosophy for personal and professional leadership. So, prepare yourself for a transformative experience. Let us begin this meticulous journey into the heart of true effectiveness. Part 1. The foundation, paradigms, principles, and the inside-out approach. Before we can understand the 7 habits, we must first understand the soil in which they grow. Covey begins by introducing the concept of a paradigm. A paradigm is the way we see the world, not in terms of our visual sense of sight, but in terms of perceiving, understanding, and interpreting. It is our mental map. The fundamental flaw, Covey explains, is that we often assume we see the world as it is, when in fact we see the world as we are, through our own conditioned lenses. This leads to his crucial distinction between the character ethic and the personality ethic. The personality ethic, which has dominated much of modern self-help, suggests that success is a function of personality, public image, attitudes, behaviors, and skills, techniques that lubricate the processes of human interaction. While these are important, Covey argues they are secondary. The primary foundation of enduring success is the character ethic. Principles such as integrity, humility, fidelity, temperance, courage, justice, patience, industry, simplicity, and modesty. The personality ethic is a social veneer, while the character ethic is the solid oak of one's core. The power of this inside-out approach is that it tells us to start with ourselves. To change any situation, we must first change ourselves. To change ourselves, we must first change our paradigms. Effectiveness is not just a matter of what we do, but of who we are. The 7 habits are designed to cultivate this character-based, inside-out approach to life's challenges and opportunities. Habit 1. Be proactive. The principle of personal vision. Habit 1 is the foundational habit upon which all others are built. To be proactive is to recognize our fundamental human endowment, self-awareness, and independent will. It is the realization that we are responsible for our own lives. Our behavior is a function of our decisions, not our conditions. We have the ability to subordinate feelings to values. We have the initiative and the responsibility to make things happen. Covey introduces the powerful model of the circle of concern and the circle of influence. Our circle of concern encompasses the wide range of things we care about but may not have direct control over. Our health, our children, problems at work, the national debt, the weather. Proactive people focus their time and energy on their circle of influence, the things they can actually do something about. They work on their own health, their communication with their children, their work ethic, their skills. This positive energy enlarges their circle of influence. Reactive people, on the other hand, focus their energy on the circle of concern. They focus on the weaknesses of other people, the problems in the environment, and circumstances over which they have no control. This negative focus causes their circle of influence to shrink. The key differentiator is where we place our focus. Their language reflects this. I can, I will, I choose. Let's look at our alternatives. Reactive people use language that abdicates responsibility. I can't. I have to. If only. They made me do it. Habit 1 is about embracing the fundamental truth that our greatest freedom lies in the space between stimulus and response. And in that space, we have the power to choose our response. We are the programmers of our lives, not merely the programs. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind, the principle of personal leadership. This habit, you begin with a clear vision and a business plan. If you want to have a successful family, you begin with a clear idea of what kind of family you want to be. If you want to have a successful life, you must begin with a clear vision of your life's direction and purpose. Covey suggests a powerful exercise to bring this habit to life. Imagine your own funeral. As you sit at the front of the room, 4 speakers stand to give a eulogy. 1 from your family, 1 from your friends, 1 from your work, and 1 from your community or church. What would you want each of them to say about you and your life? What character would you like them to have seen in you? What contributions and achievements would you want them to remember? This visualization cuts through the trivial and forces clarity on what is ultimately important. The primary tool for practicing habit 2 is writing a personal mission statement. This is not a list of goals. It is a constitution. It focuses on what you want to be, your character, and what you want to do, your contributions and achievements, and the values or principles upon which being and doing are based. It becomes the standard, the criterion against which you measure everything else in your life. It is a deeply personal, often lengthy, document that articulates your unique sense of meaning and purpose. It is the blueprint for your life's design. Habit 3. Put first things first. The principle of personal management. Habit 3 is the second, physical creation. It is the practical fulfillment and execution of habits 1 and 2. Habit 1 says, you are the creator, you are in charge. Habit 2 is the first creation, the mental blueprint. Habit 3 is the second creation, the construction. It's the day in, day out practice of managing your life according to your mission statement. This habit is about overcoming the tyranny of the urgent. To explain it, Covey introduces the famous time management matrix. He divides all activities into 4 quadrants based on 2 criteria: urgent and important. Quadrant 1, urgent and important. These are crises, pressing problems, and deadline-driven projects. They demand immediate attention. Quadrant 2, not urgent but important. This includes activities like building relationships, long-range planning, preparation, prevention, personal development. The key insight is that effective people stay out of quadrants 3 and 4 because they are not important. They shrink quadrant 1 by spending more time in quadrant 2. The reason quadrant 2 is so critical is that it is the quadrant of prevention and opportunity. Time spent in planning, quadrant 2, prevents many crises from ever happening, quadrant 1. Time spent building relationships, quadrant 2, prevents relationship crises. Time spent in personal development, quadrant 2, increases your capacity to handle challenges. Habit 3, therefore, is the discipline of prioritizing your week and your day around your Quadrant 2 goals, which are derived directly from your Habit 2 mission statement. It requires saying no to the unimportant, even if it is urgent, and having the integrity to say yes to the important, even when it is not pressing. The transition, the paradigm of interdependence. With the mastery of the first 3 habits, you have achieved what Covey calls the private victory. You have moved from dependence to independence. You have self-mastery and self-control. You can set and achieve meaningful goals, but life is not lived in isolation. To reach our highest potential, we must move to the level of public victory, the realm of interdependence. This is the stage of working with others, of teamwork, cooperation, and communication. The next 3 habits are the frameworks for building effective, enduring relationships. Habit 4, think win-win, the principle of interpersonal leadership. Habit 4 is the fundamental paradigm for all successful human interaction. Win-win is not a technique, it is a total philosophy of human interaction. It is a frame of mind and heart that constantly seeks mutual benefit in all human relationships and agreements. Win-win means that agreements or solutions are mutually beneficial, mutually satisfying. Covey outlines 6 paradigms of human interaction. 1. Win-win, the cooperative abundance mentality. It's not your way or my way, it's a better, higher way. 2. Win-lose, the authoritarian competitive mentality. If I win, you lose. This is the approach of highly aggressive, ego-driven people. 3. Lose-win, the doormat mentality. I lose, you win. It's a posture of appeasement, of seeking strength from popularity or acceptance. 4. Lose-lose, the philosophy of conflict and envy. If I'm going down, you're going down with me. It arises when 2 win-lose people interact. 5. Win, the mindset of wanting to get your own way, regardless of the outcome for others. 6. Win-win or no deal. This is the highest form of win-win. If we can't find a solution that benefits us both, we agree to disagree agreeably. We choose no deal. This option provides tremendous emotional freedom on a negotiation. For win-win to work, it must be supported by 3 vital character traits. Integrity, sticking with your true feelings, values, and commitments. Maturity, the balance between courage, the ability to express your own feelings and convictions, and consideration, the ability to seek for and respect the feelings and convictions of others. Abundance mentality, the paradigm that there is plenty out there for everybody. It is the belief that one person's success is not achieved at the expense or exclusion of the success of others. Habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. The principle of empathic communication. This is, in Covey's view, the most important principle in the field of interpersonal relations and the one most commonly violated. Most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. They are either speaking or preparing to speak. They're filtering everything through their own autobiography, their own paradigm. Habit 5 involves a monumental paradigm shift. We must seek first to understand. This requires mastering the skill of empathic listening. Empathic listening is not the same as active listening, a technique of reflecting what the person said. Empathic listening is listening with the intent to understand the other person's frame of reference, their feelings, and their worldview. You listen with your ears, but more importantly, you listen with your eyes and with your heart. You listen for feeling, for meaning, for behavior. The door opens for you to then seek to be understood. You can now present your own ideas clearly and specifically, framed in the context of that deep understanding. Diagnose before you prescribe is the rule. A doctor must diagnose correctly before offering a prescription. You must understand a problem before you can solve it effectively. Habit 6. Synergize. The principle of creative cooperation. Habit 6 is the culmination of all the previous habits. It is the ultimate fruit of the first 5. Synergy means that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. The relationship which the parts have to each other is a part in and of itself. It is the most powerful activity in all of life. 1 + 1 = 3 or more. Synergy is everywhere in nature. 2 pieces of wood placed together can hold much more than twice the weight held by each separately. The essence of synergy is to value differences, to respect them, to build on them, to compensate for weaknesses. The key to valuing differences is to realize that all people see the world not as it is, but as they are. When we value these different perspectives, we create a fertile ground for new possibilities. The pathway to synergy is through the process of communication. It begins when people with a win-win mentality, habit 4, and skilled in empathic communication, habit 5, come together. They are open to each other's influence and begin to generate new insights and alternatives. The result is a solution that is better than any original proposal. Synergy is not something that can be forced. It is a phenomenon that must be cultivated. It is the magic that happens in a great team, a great marriage, or a great organization when people are truly collaborating at the highest level. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. The principle of balanced self-renewal. This is the habit that surrounds and enables all the others. It is the habit of renewal. Sharpening the saw means preserving and enhancing the greatest asset you have, you. It means renewing the 4 dimensions of your nature: physical, spiritual, mental, and social emotional. It's the P, production, that must be balanced with the PC, production capability. If you are a woodcutter who is too busy sawing to take time to sharpen the saw, you will eventually become less and less effective. The 4 dimensions of renewal are: 1. Physical, exercise, nutrition, and stress management. Caring for your physical body to build endurance and vitality. 2. Spiritual, clarifying your values and committing to your mission statement through prayer, meditation, study, introspection, or immersion in nature. This is your core, your center, your commitment to your value system. Mental, continuing education, reading, writing, planning, keeping your mind sharp and expanding your knowledge through continuous learning. Social, emotional, service, empathy, synergy, intrinsic security, making deposits in the emotional bank accounts of others, building bonds of trust and unconditional love. This is a continuous and balanced process. You must exercise all 4 dimensions regularly. It is an upward spiral of growth and improvement. As you renew yourselves in each of these areas, you create growth and change in your life. The daily private victory of an hour of daily self-renewal is the key to developing the 7 habits and to the inside-out approach, the inside-out journey to a life of meaning. As we conclude our exhaustive exploration of the 7 habits of highly effective people, the overarching message is one of profound hope and personal responsibility. Stephen Covey has provided not a set of tricks, but a compass, True effectiveness is not about managing time, but about managing our lives from the inside out. The sequential, integrated nature of the habits provides a clear path. The private victory, habits 1 through 3, is the non-negotiable foundation for the public victory, habits 4 through 6. You cannot consistently practice the interpersonal habits of win-win, empathic communication, and synergy if you are reactive, without a clear purpose, and undisciplined in your personal life. And the entire structure is held together by the continuous self-renewal and improvement of habit 7. This is a lifelong journey of learning and commitment. It requires patience and perseverance. But by internalizing these 7 habits, by becoming the proactive, vision-driven, disciplined, cooperative, understanding, synergistic, and self-renewing person they describe, you align your life with timeless principles. You move from being a victim of circumstance to being the author of your own destiny. You build a life not just of efficiency, but of profound effectiveness, integrity, and contribution. Thank you for your valuable time and for listening to this comprehensive audio summary in My Book Library.